Good job, Gary. Thanks for sharing with us. Stupid thing is a
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And coming up next, it's a cross-conference showdown. It's the Saints and the Bengals on Sunday night.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at what's now known as Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gautin. To my left, Charles Davis. And, Charles, you focus on this Bengal team entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Saints, they've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0.
3 good quality wins, too. It's got people in the locker room excited. They're thinking that this could be their year.
It's 3-0 versus 2-1. A good early season battle as we're... in week 4. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call him down at the 44. Here are the Bengals on offense, and here is Joe Burrow ready to lead them at quarterback.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the one interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-to-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of a season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
Now Burrow. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
We talked about prior to the game, and it played out right there on the first play, didn't it? This offensive line is going to have his hands full all night long.
Now, you often speak of scripts to start a game. Does this mean that play number 2, they're going to go off the script a little bit?
Yeah, what's interesting is that most people, when they script now, they actually script those contingencies in, okay, in case they can't run the play they want to. How it's long distance now? Let's go to that play.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Johnson jostles free. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Burrow looking to pass. Over the middle, complete. It's Turner. So the completion gets him just a yard, and that will bring up second down. Now you look at this Saints defense, and they've shown the ability to play tough against the pass, currently ranked number 9 in the NFL.
You have to like the way that they've played in the first month. They have to be very proud being a top 10 unit against the pass. Their goal, though, in this one, see if they can improve that ranking.
And Higgins is going to have a Bengals first down as he'll take this down to the 22-yard line.
Here we go.
To the air again, Burrow. This pass into the hands of Turner. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
11. Stop.
Now it's Burrow. The quick slant caught. That'll bring up second and goal after the gain of 5. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his third completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
One of the tight ends comes in motion. Brown once more. They'll fight for the end zone, but they will stop him again. Shy of the goal line. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal.
Here we go.
They'll try and run for it with Brown. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Chase Brown. His third rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Here come the Saints for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him to win. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Yeah, boy, now you see him, now you don't. Excellent move, nice run, winds up getting about 6. The numbers for him from a week ago, 22 carries, 118 yards.
Just an excellent performance from them on the ground last week, and that speaks to an offense that is operating at a high level on all fronts. Of course, that man running the ball, he's just seeing the field so well. But don't forget about his offensive line. They've really asserted their will out there and are confident they can repeat it again this week.
2nd and 4. There's Chris Olave. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. The Saints at 3-0 here in the month of September. And they come in on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. It's DJ Turner who's got it. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Now it's Burrow. He's got room at the 30 and all the way down to the 25-yard line. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati 1st down.
On 1, ready? Let's get set.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the 2nd quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Burrow will throw. Turner is there for another one. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A great effort there. His 1st touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Rodrigo Blankenship on for the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their 2nd drive. And they're in an early hole. The 1st drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide. Change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He'll buy some time right. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Back to throw here. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play. To try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Here we go.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there's never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful with this one.
A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
Gun. 11, Thomas. 11, 12, 12.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown. That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And this is picked up by the Saints. He may go. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. The pass receiver turned into a runner, then he turned into a fumbler, and it goes the other way for 6.
I love your description. Although for the offense, they're not too happy about it. But for the defense, what a big-time play for them. Never give up on anything. Sometimes you create your own points.
But the receiver, hard to fault him. He's just going for extra yards.
That's exactly what you're supposed to do, but you have to take care of the football.
Extra point right down the middle, and that'll make our score 14-7. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number 1 because margin for error is starting to slip away. Now it's down to a 1-score game.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quick slant, complete to Turner. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion, Sets up a manageable second down.
Here's Burrow. Finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete. And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the gun, a give to Brown. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look. And take a short break.
Here we go.
From midfield now, Burrow. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Jamar Chase, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals go up by 2 touchdowns. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Blankenship out for the point after. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was Jamar Chase who finished it off with a touchdown reception. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
That's going to be caught by Pitts. Look at the big fella go. Touchdown, New Orleans. Kyle Pitts. 70 yards. And the Saints are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. 1-play drive and into the end zone for 6. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Jamar Chase hoping to be at center stage yet again as the offense returns to the field. There's a lot of talk in training camp about him getting off to a hot start this year, saying that they needed that. Well, he's done it through the first month.
Kind of reminds me of one of those great musical groups where one person has their name out front, then they have the backups, right? He's the guy out front because the backups, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, but we're going to the headliner each and every time. And that's not easily done because, you know, all the defenses are kicking towards him right now. That means he's fighting his way through traffic, finding ways to get open, even when he's not supposed to be.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. Here's Higgins out of the right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
You're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And Chase will go in motion left. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 25 yards that time.
Here we go. 12, 11, MP, 11, Thomas, 11.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Turner. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play.
Here we go.
And it'll be 2nd down.
Here we go. Dot. Dot.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll take this into the end zone for Bengal TD. Joe Burrow, his 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Bengals will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. And the Saints offense going to head out now late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Back to throw now on 1st down. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Flushed out right. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Saints are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. CD, for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis, where you see the final score there. 10-6, the final score. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Green Bay Packers. Jordan Love, excellent in the victory as his guys moved to 3-1 after 4 games. And one more to highlight, a good one on Monday Night Football between the Detroit Lions and the Washington Commanders. We saw a strong first half out of the quarterback, Joe Burrow. He threw 2 touchdown passes, ran for another, as his guys have the lead at halftime. Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins. With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Saints going to take offense to begin this third quarter. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's DJ Turner who's got it. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six for Bengals TD. Now Blankenship on for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 33 yards that time.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. And that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
Holding offense.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Short throw caught by the tight end, Oliver. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's second down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run this one in. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Saints have cut it back within a score. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Bengals offense and Joe Burrow getting set for this next drive. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. Crossing route catch made by Johnson. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
Here we go.
Now it's Burrow. And he's taken down here by the Saints. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Burrow looking to pass. Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. Picked off by Reed Blankenship. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be good.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Saints take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will tie our game here in the third. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. And able to get this out to the 25. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown. So every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
11 MT. 11.
They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
11, 12.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Here we go. 11 MT. 11 Thomas. 11. 12.
Burrow going to get this out to Chase. His second catch. This one not quite as dynamic as his first. And it's 2nd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field.
11 MT.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. And the Bengals on third down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46.
Gun.
Burrow will throw. Got a man open. It's Chase. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 2nd down. Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
And Higgins is going to have a Bengals first down as the tackle made down at the 33. Now it's Burrow. A short throw there, pulled in by all. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
Here we go.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Throwing again, it's Burrow. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Johnson. So the completion good for 7 there. And it's 2nd down. Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage. Touchdown!
T. Higgins from 13 yards out. And the Bengals answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. So, Charles, this game feels like it has been punch, counter-punch all throughout, and that touchdown breaks our tie here in the 4th quarter.
You're making me want to get back in the gym and start training again. You talk about those punches and counter-punches. I also think this is where you and I start thinking to ourselves, who's going to make the play to change that, right? Who's going to get out of this little cycle that they're in right now and make a play and give their team a firm advantage?
Rodrigo Blankenship on for the PAT. And they will take a 7-point lead now. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it was T. Higgins who capped the drive with the touchdown reception. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Daxton Hill puts it off. And the Bengals are going to take over here up near the 40. Boy, so another interception, CD. And it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Ready? 180.
This pass complete to Higgins. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11.
11 MT, 11 Thomas.
Now a give left side, Brown with it.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And he will have a Bengals first down. And it's celebration time on that sideline. And they've earned it.
Here we go. 11, 12, 12.
They go right back to the ground here, and Brown. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after it. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And they will take a knee here.
And with that kneel down at the end of...
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout.